Imagine a person in the immediate aftermath of a sudden breakup. The partner they loved cheated and left. For weeks, the world feels narrow and cold. They replay every conversation, asking the same question: why wasn't I enough? At that moment, the pain feels like absolute truth, as if their entire identity has shattered into worthlessness. A year passes. They look back and see a relationship where they ignored repeated red flags to satisfy an old craving for validation. They realize they were looking at what they needed to see, rather than the person standing in front of them. The past remained the same, yet the internal reality shifted. We have to ask, which version of this person was the real one? The one drowning in rejection, or the one seeing the toxicity of the past? Both reactions are expressions of the same underlying mechanism. They are symptoms of a hidden emotional structure that dictates how we perceive ourselves. We often define our personalities through a collection of labels. We call ourselves anxious, we say people pleaser, or even fierce loner. These labels suggest traits we were born with, as if they are hardwired into our DNA. These behaviors are survival strategies. They are learned responses developed to navigate the world safely. Without an intentional search for identity, the past provides the answers for us. Childhood fears and protective patterns fill the void, dictating how we show up in our adult lives. This leads many to spend their lives mistaking their historical responses for their actual identity. From birth, you develop an emotional operating system. This mechanism constantly collects data on how to survive. It categorizes every experience, noting which actions earn love and which trigger the pain of rejection. These accumulated data points eventually harden into rigid survival rules. These rules suggest that personal failure equals a loss of worth, or that being left by a partner proves you are inherently not enough. Through years of repetition, these rules begin to operate outside of your conscious awareness. Because this system operates in the background, we misidentify these automated protections as our actual personality. If we look at the breakup story through this lens, the initial devastation takes on a different meaning. When the relationship ended, the emotional operating system scanned its history and found an old rule, perhaps a childhood belief that love must be earned. The current event activated a decades-old survival mechanism, applying the weight of the past to the present moment. Living from a place of historical protection means navigating today's reality using outdated emotional predictions. Most intense, disproportionate emotional reactions are chronological mismatches. They represent the brain attempting to solve a modern problem using rules written for a child. Knowing who you are is a practice of deliberate self-observation. It involves turning toward your protective patterns with curiosity rather than judgment. You begin to audit your triggers, asking why a specific criticism cuts so deeply, or why you seek approval until you are exhausted. This audit allows you to separate the protective identity from the authentic self. This separation breaks the link between past trauma and present-day reactions, reducing the power of unconscious control. Authenticity is the result of peeling back these invisible survival strategies. This process reveals the person who has been there all along, beneath the layers of psychological armor. In this state of emotional freedom, external successes and failures no longer serve as the primary barometer for your worth. When you know who you are, the world no longer holds the power to define you.